Instagram now allows us to take a video of ourselves and cut ourselves out of it to use as a GIF inside of our stories. Let's take a look at how to do it. Once you have your story ready to go, whether it's a photo or video, and you click on the next button so that you have your editing tools, you are going to go up to the sticker. Now you're going to click on the cut out sticker, which is probably going to be at the top. Not everyone has access to this yet. It could take months longer for people to get it. So if you don't have it, just keep watching for it. And your accounts can be different from account to account, even though you own them all. So one may have it while the other doesn't. Just keep watching for it. If you have it, you're going to click on cutout and you're going to tap on the video that you want to then cut out. From here, you have a time scale, so you can slide that if you don't want the entire thing, or if you do want the entire thing, you can label which section you want, and then you're going to click the next button. From there, it's going to process what it thinks it's going to cut out. Now, I highly recommend you do this on a solid color background where you very clearly stand out. You do not want it picking up extra things. The first time I did this, I filmed it right here, and it picked up part of my tree as well as me as I was pointing, which I didn't like, so I went over and stood in front of a white door. You can have some detail, but the less detail you have, the easier it's going to be for it to pick up the very specific parts of you that you want cut out. You're then going to click create sticker unless you want to do it manually, which you will do frame by frame. You can do it if you want, but for the most part, for what we're doing here, it's just easy enough to let them do it for you. So you're going to click create sticker. It is then going to live inside of your stickers. So you can see it's going to process. It's going to have this weird like transparency type thing going on. And you're just going to wait for it to finish processing. And all of a sudden, we now have a cut out sticker, which you can then move around on your screen to do whatever you need to. And this is going to live inside of your stickers. So if you went back and you saw what I had created before, you could see I cut things out from my photos that then lived in my stickers. Old things that I cut out are still there and accessible for me to do. I don't have to redo it every single time. So when you create one of these stickers, you want to make sure that you're doing it in a way that thinks for the future. How can you use this in the future? So if you want to make it look like you are there doing something in real time, be very, very specific about what you wear to look a little more on the could have been any day side of things. If you have something that's going to be a very specific look, a very specific lipstick color, or a very bright shirt, or a very specific hairstyle, that's going to say, oh, that was on a specific day. Now, for the most part, we understand how GIFs work on social media. We understand you're not sitting there actually doing it inside of the story. So this is going to be something where you can have a bunch of different poses. You can use multiple stickers here. You can point to things. You can display things. You can thumbs up. You can smile. You can thumbs down. You can cheer. You can do whatever you want. Film your video clips, create your stickers, and then use them in whatever capacity you want inside of your stories. And if it's something you want to use outside of your stories, create it in your story, save the footage, and then use it as a reel, as a GIF on your YouTube community, over on your TikTok. You can use these things in other places. So be smart about how you're doing this. I highly recommend that you film a handful of video clips that you can then import in and create those stickers to use inside of your stories. So think about this very specifically from pointing to displaying, to happy reactions, to sad reactions, to good, to bad, to however you're going to need to react. Create yourself a suite of like 10 basic things from the different emotions or the different actions you're going to need to represent inside of the stories that you're creating. Film them now, cut them out, and just have them. And then you can update them, change them, add them, get rid of them, whatever you need to do when you need to do it. But have that suite of the basic ones so that you can do it at any point. And this is also incredibly helpful because when you are not camera ready, if you don't have your makeup on, if your hair's not done, if you're sick and you can't be on camera, you've got these ready to go. We've talked for years about having easy content that you can be using, especially in your Instagram and on your Instagram stories, that you can pull out from old times to use now, even if you're not camera ready or available to be on camera right here and now. So you can have your face represented and people will stop the scroll because they see you and they recognize you. So this is an incredibly good option. Get those suite of things that you can be using ready right now, have it done, have it out of the way, and then you can deal with more or less later on. But this is going to give you a whole new opportunity to save time and effort creating your social content as you're moving forward for when you need it in the moment so that you don't have to do as much work in the future. Drop your questions on this one down below and follow along as we continue to break news on different things that you can be doing on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, in your live streaming to save time and effort to make this your most profitable year ever with the least amount of stress and time commitment on the content you're creating. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.